Good afternoon, everybody. It's Martin S51989 here once again, and now I'm going to do my fourth episode of Martin Talks, in which, for today's episode, the film that I will be reviewing is none other than MGM's 1968 musical classic, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And I have two versions of this movie, because first I have, this is a 1989 VHS of the film, because the package was designed in 89, and it's in a cardboard case, as you see right here. You have the spine, top, the upper spine, which both say it, and the back, and it says, first-class family entertainment in the best sense as stated by box office, and it says, Dick Van Dyke stars in his first musical role since Mary Poppins in this enchanting fantasy that takes you on a ride you'll never forget, and one you'll want to take again and again. That's pretty cool. So this is just an introduction. There's a lot more, but I will review it in my own words, so yeah, but this is a good movie, because we know this film was, this film was released in December of 1968. It's directed by Ken Hughes and produced by the late Albert R. Broccoli, and this is based on the story, on the popular children's book by Ian Fleming. So yeah, this is the tape. As I said, now I'm going to show it. You see there's a sticker label, but this doesn't have a print date. It does list other information, but no print date. Date 8, as I said. So, yeah. But this beat, just a Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Bang, is extremely good. I've had that for a extremely long time. But that's not all. I also have the DVD release of this. And this is a... Let's see... Yeah, this DVD is a 2003 DVD release, and I know Mr. Biggest Disney Fan also has this as part of the Paramount, as part of the MGM Premier Collection. And there's a flap which opens like this, and you see this map with all these great special features. And yep, and you see the back, and it says the same review as on the VHS, and it has some good description. I'm going to show you it a bit more. See? Is to see the front, spine, and back of this. Has a good excellent cover art. Yep, and it has a big book, which has a lot of pages in there. There's so many. And you have 32 chapter selections in all. It has some words to the song. Now I'm going to show you the discs. See, here's disc 1, which has the movie. It's on a disc, on a clear disc, and you can see me and the flip video camcorder right here. So yeah, that's the movie, and this too has all the bonus features, and disc 2 has artwork, so it's pretty fantastic indeed too. So yeah, and speaking of, and I know Lindsay 2057 might also probably has this film, I think, but she has a different DVD release of it. And I also know this film was recently released on Blu-ray disc, on a new Blu-ray disc yesterday, which I'm sure some people will want to pick this up. After all, as we know, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, as we know, it stars Dick Van Dyke as the inventor Caractacus Potts, Sally Ann Howes as Truly Scrumptious, and the late Lionel Jeffries plays Grandpa Potts. We also have Adrian Adrian Hall and Heather Ripley. Those two, they play the Potts children, Jeremy and Jemima. Also has the late Gert Froh playing the evil Baron Baumhurst, and Anna Quayle is the Baron's wife. And it also has, and I know Patrick Butler would like this movie too, since it also has the late Benny Hill playing the Toy Maker, and Patrick Butler's a big Benny Hill fan, so he'll love this. And this DVD, and now I'm going to explain the plot of this movie. As we know, it's set in the early 1900s, and we know Jeremy and Jemima are in a car, but a junk man, he wants to send this car to the furnace, and we know Mr. Coggins is trying to prevent this from happening, but it doesn't. So Jeremy and Jemima, they go home from school. Along their way home, that's when they meet Truly Scrumptious, and then Truly gives them a ride, and when they return home, they see their father Caractacus do a demonstration, and later, Jeremy and Jemima tell Caractacus all about this, and there's a lot of great songs, and of course, he does first, and and Caractacus needs 30 shillings so that he can buy the car. Of course, he has a lot of inventions, and first thing to try to do it, he has an invention first of the Toot Sweets when he goes to Lord Scrumptious his workplace, known as the Scrumptious Suite, and all this. Of course, that doesn't work out, but then, of course, after that, he later tries a fun fair. He tries to do and use his invention of the device that allows home haircutting. It really doesn't work because it starts to smoke a bit and all that. Oh, hang on. Hang on for just a minute. I'm still recording here.
It's Chris.
Well, I know it's Chris, but I'm still busy filming a video right now.
Well, you have to call back. I'll leave a message.
Okay, as I was saying before, the phone call interrupted me. I mentioned that when I said the home hair cutting thing, it begins to smoke, and then he chases after it, leads into that big me old bamboo thing, which he later earns the money, and he finally gets the 30 shillings and buys the car. Caractacus then takes Jeremy and Jemima out on a picnic, where they pick up Truly Scrumptious along the way, and then after the picnic, we know Caractacus then tells a story about the Baron Baumhurst and how he wants to take that car, and somehow the Baron later takes Grandpa Potts away, and then we know Chitty starts out as not as a regular car. He does polish it and makes it brand new, but in the tale it first starts out as a flowing car, and then later on as a flying car. And once they flies, Jeremy, Jemima, Caractacus, and Truly all fly to a fictitious land known as Bulgaria. Yeah, where the Baron comes from, and with that, and we know Grandpa Potts slept with a bunch of inventors to try and invent something, but then he ends up later getting put in the dungeon. For Jeremy and Jemima, they have to, since Bulgaria has no children, then children were not allowed, and they had to be kept hidden. So that's when they see the toy maker. The toy maker tells them to keep Jeremy and Jemima safe and hidden down there. And then with that, of course, Jeremy and Jemima later then get out because they see the child catcher, played by the late Robert Helpman. He's selling ice cream and candy and all this, but it ends up being a trap, and they end up getting locked in the tower. So that the toy maker then sends Truly and Caractacus down to some secret area, and that's where all the children of Bulgaria were hidden, and they've remained hidden for years and all that. And Caractacus then devises a plan that since the day after that would be the Baron's birthday, he devises a plan so that he can crash the party. And with the plan, we know Truly and Caractacus disguise as dolls that the toy maker tries to pretend to make, and with all this, their plan starts to really work out. And in the end, the Baron Baumhurst and his wife are captured for good. They re-get the car back, and Grandpa Potts is rescued, and then Bulgaria becomes a free country as Caractacus, Truly, Grandpa Potts, and Jeremy and Jemima all fly away in Chitty back home. But then, of course, then after that, the story ends, of course. But of course, then after that, later on, Caractacus meets Truly one more time, and he finally says that because of all this, the ideas that Lord Scrumptious he decides that Truly then says to Caractacus that he'll have to marry him, and they then are riding out in Chitty, and then Chitty starts to fly out one more time, and then, just as you know it, they then see, and as they fly away, the films end and the credits roll. Now, this film was also nominated for an Oscar for Best Original Song for the title track, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but it didn't win. But all the songs in this movie, they were composed by the Sherman Brothers, which was the same team that composed that did the music for Mary Poppins, which Dick Van Dyke was also in that, but the songs in this are good. It's still never one of the great Dick Van Dyke movies ever made, so yeah, there you go. That's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Well, that concludes episode 4 of Martin Talks. I hope you all enjoyed it, and then for my next episode of Martin Talks, I'll review another Disney animated classic in which for episode 5 of Martin Talks, I will review Disney's 1992 animated movie Aladdin. So, until then, bye for now.